So this recipe now, it's very simple, but it's probably a little bit different than the way that you make your potatoes. So first, we're going to take 4 pounds of potatoes. We're going to be using 2 cups of whole milk, 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm going to be using the Kinder's Buttery garlic and herb seasoning from Costco. I love this stuff. You put it on at the end and it gives it a really, really nice flavor. Now, it's up to you if you want to go get you some Kinder's or if you just want to stick with the traditional salt, pepper, and butter. So first, we're going to start off by adding 1 gallon of water to a big pot. Make sure it's big enough to hold all the water in the potatoes. And then after that, we're going to rinse off the unpeeled potatoes. That's right. And then we're going to peel these babies up real good. I'm not going to show you all that because it's going to take a while. And then after that, we're going to measure our potato. That's right. And the reason why we're measuring, because we want to make sure that we cut the potatoes between 1 and 2 inches thick. That's right, 1 and 2 inches thick. Then after that, we're going to slice them up into 1 or 2 inches thick. All right, so after we slice these babies up really good, then it's going to be time to take them over to your big old sink and you're going to rinse them off really, really good. And the reason why you're going to rinse them off is because you want to get all that starch off of the potatoes before you boil them. And then after that, it's going to be time to put these babies into the pot. That's right. We're going to put them in the pot and get them boiling. And it's going to take you about 15 minutes before you check them. And while they're boiling, you're going to add 2 cups of milk. You're going to add 12 tablespoons of butter to this. And it's going to be on a slow heat, not super high. You just want the butter to melt into the milk. All right, 15 minutes later, the timer went off and it's time to check these potatoes. So I'm going to stick them with a fork to see if the fork goes in there real easy. And then if they're not ready, which they won't be in 15 minutes, you just want to check them to make sure to see how they're coming along. All right, so after that, you're going to set your timer for another 15 minutes. I love this timer. My daughter put an eyeball on there. That's what that little sticky thing is that you see on there. It had 2 eyes, but the other one fell off. So it's a 1-eye timer. Okay, so this time I'm using a knife to test the potatoes. I used a fork, when I showed you how to check the potatoes after the first 15 minutes, but I'm using a knife just because it's a lot easier to use the pointy tip of it to insert it into the potatoes. So it's been about 25 minutes and the potatoes look like they're done. Now the next step is... All right, so the potatoes are done. As you've seen, my lovely talking was done. So it took about 25 minutes to get these babies boiled up real nice. And now I forgot to record this part, to be honest. But the butter has been melted and we're going to mix in about a half of that mixture into the potatoes. And as you can see, it looks a little bit runny. Now it's going to thicken up. So don't be scared when you see your potatoes getting runny, but you kind of want to just fold the milk and butter into there. You want to fold it in really, really good. And you just keep going until you get to the texture that you want. It's hand folding. That's how you get that texture that you want. Don't use a mixer or a blender. Now, as you can see, the potatoes are done. Bad editing on my behalf, I'm sorry, but they're done. And to season these babies up, I'm using the Kinder's Buttery garlic and herb that I bought from Costco. And it's a really good flavor. And so I'm topping it off with some gravy. Homemade gravy, I love it. That's another video that I'll make for you. And I bought some meatballs from Costco, and there's my meal. No vegetables, no nothing like that. Just meat and potatoes with gravy. That's right. These meatballs are delicious. Go by Costco and get you some. But the topic is the potatoes. So there you go. Nice, creamy potatoes. Now with that mixture I was talking about, the butter and milk, you just add a little bit at a time until you get the consistency that you want. You don't want to use the whole mixture. That's it. See you guys on the next video.